Okay, I'm sorry folks that I'm a little late. I'm going to wait a couple seconds here and see if we can get some people coming in. Just give it a couple, about 30 seconds or so. Meanwhile, I'll wrap up my thumb here. Alright, we're going to give this just a little bit of time here. Sorry I'm a little bit late today. There we go. More people are coming. Good. Yeah, here we go. We're getting more people in. Hi, Jack. Hi, Jenny. I'm a little late today, but better late than never. Alright, we're getting some people in. Alrighty. Hello, Jim. I'm going to see if I don't pull anything out here like I did last week. Let me see if I can just move this up a little bit, get a little bit closer. Oh, okay, we're going to start. Alright, we're going to do, I wasn't too happy with the one in the middle, but on both sides, I really like the little holly on them. So, you know, you can do any number of things with this mask. And I know it's a little bit low. Somebody said, this is not the correct way to wear the mask. And I understand that. But his nostrils are covered. That's all I care. That's all I care about. So let's get started on this, all right? So I really like the one with the beard and the white. This is supposed to be a scarf around his neck. And both of these have it to the side where this guy has it on the top, okay? And you can put anything on here. You can put somebody's name on it or whatever you want. All right, so let's get started with it. It's like any of the other Santas that we've been doing, Santa heads. You're going to mark it at the top, and you're going to bring it down and around. And you're going to do the same thing to the other side. I kind of drew it on a little bit ahead of time here. And then you're going to match it on the back here, okay? Wherever that is. Okay, right there. All right. First thing we're going to do is cut out the hat. So the top of the hat. All right, and then the sides. This is how I do each one. Pretty well identical. This piece of wood is a little hard. I don't know why, but it is. I even soaked it up a bit. Alright, so let me swing this around a little bit further. There we go. And then I take my little bee tool. I had the other one here. I don't know where I put it. My whole day has been like this, folks. Really. Well, I'll use this other one then. You're going to take your V tool. You're going to go up. Same thing here. I don't know why this wood is so hard. Oh well. I'll deal with it. Hope everybody's having a relaxing time after all the election stuff. And apparently that's not over yet. For now. I mean, for some it's over and for others it's not. And it's just really disappointing that it's turned out the way it has. I don't know what I did with that thing. Alright. But anyway. So we're going to take our knife and we're going to... Oh, jeez. There we go. have no idea what I did here, folks. Hang on just a second. I have no idea. I got rid of something here. Hang on just a second. Okay, there we go. So we're going to start pulling some of this out here. The tops and the sides and stuff. You can tell the wood's a little tough. I'm having that is an easy time to get through it. Well, I was late too, Linda. Thanks for joining. I'm going to go around where we cut it. It's been really warm in PA. Close to 80 some days. Not normal for this time of year for us at all. We'll take it, but I still think it's a little too hot. We're never happy, are we? Either it's too cold or too windy, too cloudy, too humid, too sunny. I don't know. Some people don't like the sun. Okay, so we did that. Do the back side for a minute. All I'm doing is recutting that a little bit. I always like using the V tool to give me a little guidance. Alright, so now we're going to put in a, oh darn, I just cut that off. Alrighty. I just cut the tassel off, folks. I don't know about doing these live things. I keep making mistakes. We're going to put one in the back. We'll just put one in the back. It won't look quite the same, but that's all I'm going to do today. Okay. So you do a half a circle, another half a circle. And so I'm going to just cut below it. So this will have a little tassel on the back this time. Some people do it that way. Other people like to do it, you know, from the top here. And then what I usually do is I follow the tassel exactly, almost, yes, Linda, there's always a way to fix it. I'm going to just follow this out to the top there and poke it in there. Everybody makes mistakes with carving, but yes, there's usually always a way. You can change it up or move it around or whatever. Okay, same thing over here. We're going to put a little tassel here. And we're going to follow this out. I don't know what's shaking. Oh, that's what's shaking. I wondered what was making that noise. It's driving me a little crazy here. Yep. Well, Jack, I want you to know your favorite tool here on the farm, the lift, is not working anymore. I am slowly looking for the motor. They don't make that motor anymore, so I'm seeing if we can't find it anywhere. So I need to check with the guy tomorrow to see if I can get it for the extender. Thank God I was not up on it, and then it got stuck. You know, that would have been awful. So we're just rounding off the head a little bit more, and I'm going to take more off on either side here. But I did bring it someplace. We took the motor to a place that I thought could rewind it, and that didn't help either because they said it was all, the gearbox and the motor was together. So we'll see. This one part might have to come from Germany, from all places. That's where they made it. So, it's a Bauer gear motor. I'm not that familiar with them, but I'll find it somewhere. It's got to be someplace we can replace it. So, but I got everything done that I need to get done around the farm. Okay, sorry about that, folks. I'm trying to get rid of the bells and whistles that come up. Alright, so we're just rounding this off here. I didn't watch the movie The Money Pit yet, but I will. I'm hoping tonight. I think I'm ready that I can see that now. My cousin sent me a movie, The Money Pit, with, I'm trying to think who's in that. Tom Hanks and Shelley Long, I believe. And okay, so let's dig this out a little further down here. Bring this up a little bit. I will look at it now. I think I can handle it now. And that situation, just to let you know, is not resolved. The old neighbor called me a day after and wanted permission, and I said, well, I can't do it. So it's not mine anymore. So, but yeah. Not my problem anymore. Hallelujah. Alright, so let's see what we have. Okay, we have a little tassel in the back. I know I'm talking in circles with some of you folks. I don't mean to do that. Alright, so we're going to figure out, let's keep going with the face and where we have to put the mask. Now, the reason I have this as low as it is, it's, I want to show more of the face, okay? I didn't want to do it all the way up to here, up to the eyeballs and down. Alright, so I'm going to do it like underneath the nose a little bit, maybe a little bit higher. But anyway, so when I did this the first time, and I thought, oh, I'll put it up higher the next time. Well, it ended up in the same spot, because otherwise the nose, you have to really bring this up high. Now, I probably could go up this way and down, but I'm going to do it the way this is, and I'll experiment with a couple of others. But I wanted to show more of the face. I thought it would look a little nicer. This is not the way to wear the mask, folks, underneath your nose. It's supposed to go over the nose, but I did that just to make it cuter, or give it the cute factor. So we're going to see where the nose is here. Just going to bring this down a little bit on either side. And then we're going to just flare this out a little bit. Hi, Cheryl. Alright. Hi, Ann. How are you? Okay, so this is very hard to get this exactly the same. So we're going to just put the mask right there. All the way to the hat. Alright? Now take a look at it and make sure that it's kind of straight. Alright? Now I'm going to bring this down. I think, I don't know, maybe we'll do, I'm trying to think which one we should do. Should we do this one or that one? For time's sake, we're going to do this one. Then I don't have to do all that stuff to it. Alright, so this is going to come around this way. Actually, this should go up a little higher. Just like so, because you don't want that too low. Try to measure it with your finger. Okay. Alright, and then we're going to come down here and down here. Just take a look at it, see if it looks straight. It does. We're going to put eyeballs in this guy. We may end up cutting this up a little higher, but I think we're okay where it is right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to just do a little notch here. Straight in. I'm sorry, straight in. And we're going to... Did I do that with a V-tool? Yeah, I did. Get my hefty little V-tool. I need to sharpen that for a second, so let me just fuss with it. We're just going to make a little line here. Alright, we're going to do another little line here. We're going to flip it over and do the other side. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Alright. Well, this actually will... yes, I do. How I do it, Linda, is I take my strop, such as this, and I do one side first a couple of times, do the other side a couple of times, and then I take it to the edge and I pull it down. If you have enough room there to do it, you can do it. Okay? That's simple. I've got to bring this down first. I'm going to take this little hard corner off. Alright. Alright, now go up here and we're going to, oh, forgot the other side. Alrighty. You're welcome. Now, to get the nose in there, I'm going to go from one side. Now that nose is really thick. I may have to bring that in a little bit. And then I cut it right on top of the mask area there. And right underneath the hat there. I'm just going to sweep that out, just like so. I don't want to pull anything, okay? I always want to make sure I cut it with the knife, because otherwise you'll be pulling all kinds of things you don't want to pull out. Alright, and right here in the corner you're going to do it as well. And actually you're going to cut this with your knife. In the corner here you're going to do a notch out and a little triangular cut right there to make it look like the face is rounding. Okay, just like so. And alright, let's see here. So I'm going to bring that in a little bit. Okay, and we're going to do the other side. So we're going to cut the bottom part first. Now the nose is very hard to do the same on one side as the other. Oh, that's really crooked. That's really bad. Alright, let's try that again. Over more. There we go. And you can adjust it. If you don't hack at it too much, you can usually go back and trim that off a little bit, just like I'm doing now. I'm going to cut up underneath the hat again, because the eyeball socket is down pretty deep. Okay, just like so. I know that's a little crooked, but we'll get that straightened out a little bit there. You want to do a little triangular cut there where the nose is too. You want that a little deeper. Well, some people would want to forget 2020, but 20 to 30 years from now, we'll all have stories about it for sure. And, you know, it's definitely a time in our life that is so different in so many ways. I don't know anybody that's not affected by it some way or other. Either you lost somebody, or you can't see people, or you've been sick with it, and just normal day stuff is so different. I think we're all getting tired of it, but we're having a lot more cases right now in the U.S. It's discouraging in a lot of ways, but hopefully, okay, so that's where we're at right now, okay? So what I want to do with this, I want to start scooping this out a little bit and making the nose stick out a little further. I'm just rounding that hard edge off. I'm going to round this off a little bit. Bring this down. Okay. There we go. Sorry I was a little late today. Didn't mean to be. And we'll probably do this guy next week since it's close to Thanksgiving. We'll do this guy next week. Okay? So tune in for that. But oh my goodness, James, are you kidding? 40 degrees drop? That's bad. So we'll do this guy next week. It's the same ornament size as the rest. As you can tell, it's the same size. But we'll do this guy next week. Alright. I was experimenting, wondering how to put a mask on these guys, on these Santas, and this is what I came up with, and all that. So, wasn't sure. I just painted it about an hour before I had gotten done, about an hour before coming online now. I always wait till the last minute on things. I don't know why I do that, but I do. I get things done, but I always have a time crunch of some sort. I'm not one of these people that can do things way, way, way ahead of time. I don't operate that way. I wish I did. It'd make life a lot easier, but I don't operate that way. Alright, so we have the cheeks. We've got this. We're going to kind of trim this down a little bit. The one thing when we were doing this, I wanted to put a little bit, you know, some people have like this little wire that goes through the mask that you can pinch it pretty tight to your face. So I thought I'll give it a little border. That way it would distinguish it from the face and the body, and that you knew it was all one piece that belonged together. But like I said, if you left it white and you want to put little hollies on it, that's just my design of hollies. So I try to make it as holly looking as I could. But anyway, you can put a name on it. Now we're going to round this off here. Okay. Same thing over here. Now I'm going to trim this off. Alright, so that's all I'm going to do now with the face. Right now we're going to go back over here and we're going to put a little... Hang on just a second, I need it. No hot chocolate tonight, folks. Too warm. Iced tea. I made pizza earlier, and the iced tea is a good fit for that. Alright, so this is this part right here. Okay. Now, if you want to make the beard, all you have to do is do this portion to it. But for time's sake, I'm going to put this part in and show you how to put the folds in. Alright, so just one cut, second cut, and another cut. Taking your knife and just pop them out. Just like so. And then what I do here is I put little folds in them. Okay, right on either side so it looks like a fold. So we're going to put a little fold here. That's all it is a little V cut. Now what I do here, I take my little V tool and I just bring this up and around. I usually do a little better job of that, but time is of the essence here. Same thing over here, we're going to just do a little V cut. And you could do it with your knife too if you wanted to. You can just keep going around the corner here, just like so. Alright, just keep following that V cut around. You want to make sure you take all that rough stuff off. If you don't, you're going to end up, we're going to bring this down. Okay, we're going to bring this little corner down. Get rid of those sharp edges. Bring this down a little bit. Alright. We're going to put the face in a second, but we're going to do a little more to the hat right now. I'm going to keep digging this out a little bit more. If there's any of these carvings that you want, just contact me. I'll give you a price list on them. I know a couple of people have asked. I'm still not certain how I'm going to open up for Christmas. I'm still debating how to do that. Usually my sign's up by now. It's not up yet either. I'm going to round the tassel. If you want to make an appointment to come, if you're in the area, you can certainly do that. But I haven't figured it out yet. Depends how much worse the COVID gets. I don't really want to not have anything this year, but not sure how to do it. So that it will be safe for everybody that comes and for myself as well. So I don't know. I thought we had in Pennsylvania, I think we had somewhere around 4,000 new cases, and I think they said about 6,000 in the last 2 days. So it's really not been very good here in Pennsylvania. They haven't closed anything down yet. We're not sure what they're going to do if it continues to surge, but it's all over the states. It's, you know, they're saying it's a third wave. I don't know what happened to the second wave, but anyway. All right, so I'm still going to be trimming this off a little bit more here and there. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my trim of the hat. I usually always mark this because if you don't, it might be thinner in one spot. This way, this way. I just kind of follow the detour of the hat and make it turn. Alright. Hang on just a second. I don't know what happened to my other knife here. Let me just sharpen up a little bit. I run my knives on a strop, which is just a piece of leather on a stick. Usually every 15 to 20 minutes when I'm carving, or when I feel it's starting to drag a little bit, or you get the little lines in it, then you can do that as well. But I'm going to take my V-tool. Okay, sorry about that, folks. I'll follow this all the way around. Yeah, the tassel on the back doesn't look too bad. I like to be able to see it when you look at it from the front. I think it's kind of cute. But yeah, you can do it either or. A lot of people do it on the back. You know, if you want to, you can drag it all the way down to here if you wanted to, and then have this tassel come all the way down and have it sitting right where his butt is there. Especially if it's a sitting one, you can probably do that. There's so many variations of this kind of doing Santas. I mean, really, there's so many different things. That makes it really, really fun. I'm going to spray this because my one hand's a little weaker lately, and I'm not sure exactly what I did to it. A few weeks ago when I was doing the trimming, I wrenched my thumb, and it's been kind of out of whack ever since. So I've been trying to not overuse it a whole lot. You always want to keep your hand out of the way. There we go. So we have that done. And then again, I take my little knife and I follow it all the way around. So next Tuesday will be the little turkey. We'll do that. I'll advertise that pretty much better than I did with this one. This was like a last minute thought. Something I had in my head for a while, but by the time I actually had it done. Usually I go all the way around, and then I go back and I even this portion out, clean up anything. Alright, so and that's all you do all the way around. Alright. Alright, so what we're going to do here is the eyeballs look like the eye sockets look like they're in pretty far. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to put the eye in. All it is taking your pencil and making a little upside down C. Our part is matching it. And I like the eyeballs to be a little bit larger. Let me just bring this down a little bit here. There we go. You know, everybody thinks doing eyeballs is so difficult. It really is not. It just takes some time to get used to how to put them in. Now, I have more room on this side because of the hat. Here I don't. That's okay. Take my little tool, my knife, and I'm going to just follow that line. And I'm going to go from the inside, just like so. You just want to take your time when you do it. Okay, right there in that corner, you want it a little bit deeper. That makes it look a little more rounded. All right. There we go. That's one eyeball. That's all that's to it. And what you want to do, see this little square edge here, that corner, you just want to take that off a little bit. You just want to slowly take that off. Alright, we're going to do the other eye. And really, the face is done. I've got to shape up the hat yet, and the nose isn't done yet. Okay. Right there, we want a little bit deeper. Oops. Go the other way. There we go. Alright. See, I clean all that up. But see, the eyes don't take much to do. A lot of people get freaked out doing the eyeballs, like, oh, they can't do them. But it's a very simple procedure to do those. And I use that same method whether I'm doing these eyes or, you know, the bear, whichever. Usually they're very simple. They're not very difficult to do. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do here, we're going to trim this up a little bit more for the nose. I'm going to just try to get more of a scoop. Alright, right here we're going to just trim this out a little bit. And round that nose up a little bit. There we go. Good. And I just have it going underneath a little bit here. His nostrils are under the mask. Now if you want to, you could have gone up this way more, up over that hump and down again. I might try that, but I thought I just wanted more of the face to be exposed. Of course, I'm going to take all this rough stuff off with a longer knife than I have now. I scoop it out a little bit there. Okay. So what I do now is I just take my little V-tool and I'll go maybe 1/8 of an inch, if that, at the top here. Just to give me an idea. Alright. This just helps it, instead of doing it with the knife, it just makes it a little cleaner. There's no strings to show because it's underneath the hat. You don't need to do that. But, you know, everybody does it differently. You know, you can do it any which way you want. And then we're going to go the other way. We're going to do the bottom part. And what I do is I scoop it out from the inside. Alright, just like so. And we're going to take my knife and I'm going to just follow that one more time. I'm just going to kind of put another stop cut in there. And I'm going to slowly go up as flat as I can. So it looks like it's lower than that thing. Okay. It looks like it has a border around it, that's all. I do the same thing with the bottom. And that's pretty well it for the mask. So you have plenty of room here to put a name or whatever you want on here. You can decorate it any which way you want. I asked a friend of mine, and I said, well, what color should the mask be? She goes, why don't you make it like a Christmassy one? Now I thought, well, how about like a candy cane, the stripes? Now that would have worked out. I'm going to repaint that. I'm not happy with it. But anyway, you can do that, or you can leave it blank. You can just leave it white, or you can paint it all black on the inside, or whatever you want. You know, you can experiment with it like I just did. But the nice thing is, if you're not happy with it, you can repaint it, because there's nothing really carved. None of this stuff is carved. It's painted on. Okay? And I looked at holly stuff to see what it looked like, and I thought, well, that looks close enough to a holly to me. So, alright, so that's how I do this portion. Alright? So we have the nose done, we got the eyes done. The last of it is taking care of the back part of the tassel. And what I usually do here is I scoop this out a little bit. Alright? And you can round this off a little bit more if you want. And then of course the tassel, all the rough stuff comes off of the tassel, the ball on the tassel. This will be, if you missed it, this will be up on YouTube in about a couple hours or less. I'm going to get rid of this rough stuff on the top here. There we go. There you go. Alright. And the last of it is getting rid of this stuff a little bit. Let's see if I can find a little bit longer knife. The Murphy knife works good for that. There we go. And get rid of some of this added stuff here. Let me sharpen this up. It's one that I use from time to time. Get your knives ready for next week. We'll do something a little different again. Alright, so when this is all done here, I'm going to spray it a little bit. Okay. So technically, the front's completely done. Alright? So we're going to do our little tassel here. I usually go one direction. I usually work my way to the edge and then do the middle. I'll go one way first, and sometimes I crisscross a little bit. I try to keep it the same angle. It doesn't have to be perfect. It can just... Now you notice, this one, I actually missed a part, so I'm going to have to do that and paint it white again to make it match, but I was in a rush, you know, trying to get these things done. I had a lot of fun. I did all three of those in one night. Well, I had one partly done, and I thought, oh, I felt like getting back to carving a little bit after all this craziness I had the last several months. I'm going to trim this off because that needs to come off. We don't want anything square. Alright. And this is very much similar to the other ones. I know this takes a lot of time. That's why I decided not to do the beard on the bottom. It's repetitive. Yes, it would be, Jack. You're right. It certainly was a different year with COVID and with the election and all kinds of stuff this year. So unusual. And then I'm just going to match this. I'm just going to do the front part so you can see what it looks like. Let's go back. Again, we're going to try to follow the same angle as before. I have another idea for 2020 as well, and I'll come up with that idea a little bit later. I need to see if I can carve one first, and just like I did with these, and then I'll come back and show you. So let's just finish this up real quick. Something wrong with that. Let me cut that back a little bit. There we go. Nothing wrong with going back and cutting things off if you're not happy with them. You know, you can... Alright. Well, I'm not going to bother doing the back, but the tassel is pretty simple. You just keep going in the same direction, go all the way around. A little bit at an angle. Do the outside first. Keep going. And you work your way to the middle. Okay. Alright, that's what it looks like. Alright, so that's kind of what he looks like. By the time you're done, I'm going to clean him up some more before I paint him. And I like the little hollies. I think they turned out pretty nice on these. I like the white beard. I think, at first I liked this one a lot. I think I like the idea that the beard's sticking out underneath it. But this is how to do one. So if you decide to make one for Christmas for someone, you know how to do it now. I will put this video up on YouTube in the next hour or so. It takes a little while to get it up there, but I'll put it up there for you. Alright, any questions before I leave, folks? The size of the block is what we've been working with the whole time. It's a 2.5 inches tall by 1.5 by 1.5 wide. And that's in inches, okay? But yeah, I think this will be very popular with your friends, or if you're selling some, you know, I've seen a couple other guys do it already the same way. But I think I think they add a little, and this one's a little different because it's got the tassel on the back instead of on the side or on the top. Alright, so I guess we'll call it a night, and I hope you enjoyed this small project. And what I just want to share with you real quick, how I did the little holly is 3 little dots, and then I just did a little green out and then went back over it and kind of smudged it a bit, and it looked like a holly. So it worked out okay. Alright folks, thanks for joining me again, and next week we will do this little guy, the turkey. Alright, so we'll do him next week. Alright, good night folks. Take care. Bye-bye.